So last year we had 131 referrals come through social media through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
What's the basic strategic play that you're running?
It's basically my database drip campaign. However, I shifted it for social.
Hey there, Rachel. Thanks so much for agreeing to chat with me today.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I've got last year you did over 100 units, 106. What did you say?
So last year we had 131 referrals come through social media through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
That's the reason we're here. I wanted to dive into it and we just naturally ended up there. So in 2020, you pivot to focus more on digital, right? Stuff that can be done at a distance. Give us a high-level overview. What's the basic strategic play that you're running?
We call it the Say Hello plan. So I have 33 ways throughout the year that I say hello. And it's basically my database drip campaign. However, I shifted it for social. We literally sat down with our team and we broke down the 12 months of the year. And I said, hey, who are we? How can we give back to the community? How do we want to make a difference?
But when you say hello, does that mean you're looking for different ways to remind people who you are and what business you're in? What does that mean?
So my Say Hello plan is honestly a blend of events that we can do, as well as pieces of content we put out that are hyper local to our area. So if it's, it's like, again, it's like looking for local pumpkin patch locations, or in June, where to see the fireworks on the 4th of July. Or we have one piece that went viral and was shared by every mom group, and everyone was printing out and putting it on their fridge, and it's where kids eat free. So it's a piece of content that I put out. And again, it's adding that value that really makes a huge difference. And then we boost it everywhere. So we will email it out, we'll text message it out to our database, we'll put it on social media as a post. We'll also put it in our stories. And that might seem like you're hitting people a lot with the same content, but everybody receives it in different ways. And no one says, Rachel, stop sending it to me. They're like, oh my gosh, what is she doing now? I'm excited to get her info.
I love that. So you're hitting all of these different channels. Like, you're not personally repackaging all that content. Where are you involved and where do you bring leverage to that?
So I have a director of marketing who helps draft all my stuff, and then I edit it and make sure I have my own personal thumbprint on it. And then for my other pieces of content, I have a director of video who will, I will literally, when I do my YouTube channel, I literally record it on my iPhone in my office. The background's the same if you watch my videos. And then I send that raw video to my editor who's in Illinois. And then he has an intro and an outro. He edits it, pops it in, and then he puts it onto my YouTube channel. And then if some people don't like to see my face, he then turns it into a podcast.
Oh, all right. So how many of those do you package up on a weekly basis?
So my belief is that I need to show up on social media 5 to 7 times a week. So the algorithm is always changing, right? And I kind of think of the algorithm like tools. So let's use Facebook for an example, or even Instagram. You can make a post, you can comment on something, you can like something, you can do a reel, you can go live, you can send a direct message, you can send an audio message. Like, I named 7 different things. The way I think about the algorithm is every single one of those things are tools. And the more tools you use on the platform, the more eyes they're going to give on your content, right? I make sure that I post first thing in the morning because that gives the most amount of time for people to respond throughout the day. And I make sure that I have a healthy balance of what I'm talking about, right? And so for me, I have a healthy thing of 80-20. 80% of what I talk about, it is adding value to others. But it's through my life. It's what I'm doing, what I'm reading, what I'm eating, and my kids and the passions. The thing is, people might find me because they're in real estate, right? Or they're interested in real estate, but they stick around because of how I make them feel and what I'm talking about. It has nothing really to do with me. It's how they feel when they're looking at my content. So for me, I just think if I'm going online today, how can I add value? And again, it's looking at that 33 touch, right? The Say Hello plan that we created, and making sure that I have 5 different things. So I always talk about my 5 passions, because I think if you're going to build a business through social media and add value to others, you have to have 5 different things you talk about. I call them my 5 passions or my 5 pillars. Only one gets to be real estate. Only one. The rest are what make me up as a person, why somebody would be friends with me.
In my experience, you want to post when most people are active, because engagement drives the algorithm to get more people to see it. And your best chance is when maybe in that morning coffee when they're scrolling through Facebook. I know that there are other windows. Is that just your habit because you'll repeat it like lead gen in the morning, or have you really researched the best moments to post?
Again, I want to hit the algorithm, right? So I will make my post first thing in the morning when I'm ready for social. Then an hour later, after I make that post, I have a calendar reminder to go back in, like, connect, engage with everybody, because I want to hit that algorithm. I want to wake them up and say, hey, she made a post, she's liking, she's commenting, she's using our platform the right way. Let's give her more of an audience. And then 1 hour before the end of the day, after all my clients, I go back in and I connect with everybody else. Now, I always watch my insights to see when people are on. And yet I found that I have to run my business and not let my business run me.
Yeah.
The consistency with social media is so much more important than jumping on at 3:14 because that's when you have the most people looking. Get a schedule and follow it.
And I love that you're not just throwing it out there and hoping. You're going back and re-engaging, which people love that. Even if you just put a little smiley face, but commenting and saying, it's like with your kids, I hear you, right? They're seen, they're noticed, and that actually makes them want to come back and do it again. So I love that strategy. And you clean up at the end of the day. And doing it by time blocking, you're running with me, Rachel. I love it. All right, I had another blank. You said the 80-20 rule, and it might be you said everything. You said 80% is adding value. What is the 20%? Is that where you're allowing yourself to ask for business? Or is that just like you're just focused on value?
So 80% is me. It's my life. It's what I'm doing. It's what makes me tick. It's why someone's friends with me. It's the personal side. 20% is going to be business. But I'm not always like, hey, look at the house I just bought or sold. Or, sometimes it'd be, say I go to a seminar, say I'm at Mega Camp and I hear an incredible speaker, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take notes and I'm going to I'm going to post a picture because you always have better engagement if you post a picture. And I'll say, hey, I had the most incredible session with, Phil and, whoever. I learned so much. And it really, I feel like a couple of pieces is this advice are game changers. I would love to add value to you and share with you what I learned. Please leave your email below so I can give you a copy of my notes. That is a real estate post. And that is adding value to others. And again, you got the agent to agent site out there for referrals, but also your client community. So you just want to make sure you hit both in a healthy manner. And remember, we're all entrepreneurs too. So talking about being an entrepreneur and time blocking and the fun stuff and the non-fun stuff of entrepreneurs, that's also where people can get to know you on a deeper level.
Your agent to agent strategy, you tipped on it. I've seen that classic post. Do you want my notes from Mega Camp? Whatever, drop your email. That's the way a lot of agents are building their list, and they're doing it from value. Is there anything else that you have around your agent-to-agent referral program that we should be aware of?
Gary talks all the time about lead generation. Jay, you talk all the time about our lead generation. So what does lead generation look like in the realm of social media? So when I am, say that you're in Texas, right? So you're in Texas, and I say that I have an anniversary post, and Ryan and I just went to Tahoe. We had a great time, and Joe comments on my post and says, happy anniversary, Rachel. And you, Jay, you like my post. You're busy. You got things to do. You like my post. Most of the time, people respond to the comments. What I have learned with social media is our missing link, our golden goose are those likes. They're literally people. You're literally saying, hey, Rach, I saw what you're doing. I'm right here. But most of the time, it's just a vanity metric and people don't even care about it. My lead gen for social media when I'm building is I'm proactive. I look on your page ahead of time. So you like my post. Jay, what I do is I send you a private message, a direct message. I say, hey, Jay, thanks so much for connecting with me on my anniversary post. Ryan and I had the best time in Tahoe. I saw that you and Wendy just celebrated your 23rd wedding anniversary. What a huge milestone for you guys. Do you have any big plans for the rest of summer? Jay, that's why I reach out to a realtor. It has nothing to do with real estate. But what will happen is you and I are then going to be in dialogue, especially with the private message, because that shows personal connection. We're going to go back and forth. It might take a week. It might take 3 weeks. It might happen the same day. When it feels natural, I'm going to say something like, hey, Jay, I really feel like you and I align in our personal lives, which makes me think we would align in our business lives as well. Do you have a great referral partner in Northern California? Because I don't have one in Texas. That's my lead gen. That is how I build my agent-to-agent relationships. And as you know, sometimes you're going through your feed and you click on someone's page and it's like, oh, I would never be friends with this person in real life. Skip over them. You don't have to respond to them. You get to choose who you put in front of you, what you listen to. And with social media, it's no different. It's your platform, so make the most of it.
Love it. Love it. All right. I could keep going, right? Because clearly Like, I know that you teach this all over the country in lots of offices. You're very articulate. Thank you so much, Rachel, for pouring into me and everyone who gets to watch this.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks for slowing me down. My husband says I speak in fast forward, so I appreciate it.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that interview. If you'd like to see more and learn more about real estate, check out some of our other content. Go ahead, just click on one and explore.